Have you ever thought about building a course online to help you earn a little bit of extra income? If so, this video is for you because I'm going to dig through just briefly how to build a course through Teachable and why it's like so easy and why people aren't doing more of this. But real quick, just to show a little bit of credibility here, and this is not by any means for boasting. I'm going to flash up on the screen here. You'll see that since January 1st, I've made $20,000 through my platform. Now, granted, part of this goes to a partner of mine. Part of this is just me. I run 2 courses, a mastermind group, and some coaching through Teachable. So a little bit of everything. And I will say that I am on the lower end, I believe, as far as course income because I undercut people. Like my course is extremely affordable compared to 90% of people, right? I am not out here trying to make $1 million through courses. I am out here trying to help 1 million people through courses. And I think that's a distinct difference, right? Like I'm not trying to make all the money in the world. I'm trying to help people. But enough about me. Look, building a course is really easy, and I think that it's a viable source of income for you. So we're going to dig into this real quick, and I'm going to make it easy because I've done it on a few different platforms. I'm going to tell you why Teachable is my favorite, why Teachable is the best, why you need to use Teachable to make yourself some extra money right after this. Now, I alluded to the fact that I've used other platforms, so I'm going to real quickly dig into that. The first one is Udemy or Udemy or however you want to say it, Udemy, which you may have heard of before. Now, Udemy is a good platform. It's got a lot of stuff. You can find some courses on there. I have some friends who make a lot of money on Udemy, but there's a few fundamental things that I'm not a fan of. The biggest of which being you don't control the audience. You don't control the platform. So, for example, when somebody signs up for your course, they don't sign up to your like email, right? Like that's it. It's all internal in the platform, and the platform markets to other people based off their niche. So like you don't control what they see, and you can't continue to market to them, which is a downside. But especially if Udemy decides they don't like your course, they're not going to push people to it, right? And you can't like go in. There's not a whole lot that you can do to retarget and market. It's just not. You don't have control over the platform. Now, I will say I've made some money, right? I made a couple $100 on Udemy over the last like 3 years. I built a course for them when I first started blogging, and I make, I don't know, like $10 or $15 a month, maybe. Probably on the high end, maybe more like 7 or nothing. But I switched over to Teachable because, well, for a couple of reasons. I switched over to Teachable because some of my friends used Teachable for their course and they recommended it to me. So I had done some courses on Teachable through other entrepreneurs, other instructors, and I really liked what their course setup was, right? Like it was super simple. You just like click and watch this video and then go to the next one and then go to the next one. You could add in, they had material. Like it was really easy. And I was a fan. So I figured if I like using it, then I should use it to teach because other people will like this platform. And then I got even more sold on it when Stu and I built out the War Room Mastermind group for, helping service members and veterans mastermind and grow and be accountable together to become better entrepreneurs, better real estate investors, and just have that great community. We started using Square, like the little Square readers for online payment, and Google Drive. And it worked for like 2 months, and then we outgrew that very quickly because a couple of different reasons. One, the Google Drive setup is nice, but it's not nearly as professional looking. So we still host some documents there and some interactive stuff, but it's just not the same. And then also the Square didn't have a way to like automatically bill. So every month I was having to send invoices to everybody. So I had to make the email. I had to remember to do it. I had to bug people when to pay. And for those of you who are in the sales business or services business, you don't want to set it up to where it makes them click and sign an invoice every month. You want to make it painless. You want to make it just an automatic recurring thing where unless their billing information goes bad or they cancel, it's automated. It's simple, right? The name of the game is automation. So I'm a big fan of that. And what happened when we were doing all this is it was just too much to handle. As soon as our group got over 30 people, it was like, I can't keep up with all these emails. I keep forgetting this. This person didn't pay. I got to hunt them down. This person's account invalidated. This person lost the Google Drive link. This person lost the Google Drive link. And it was just kind of a headache. So we moved that into Teachable, and we set that up, and it was, it's amazing. Every month, the only thing I do is at the end of our Zoom call with our guest speaker that we do every month, I upload that into the curriculum for everybody who missed the call, and that's it. the billing's done automatically. The reminders are done automatically. I have access to all their emails because Teachable allows you to access all their contact information. So I just pull the database with all the emails and I put it as a MailChimp email list. So because you kind of control the audience with Teachable, unlike with Udemy. And so I have a MailChimp email list, so I can just click of a button, send an email to everybody in the group. I can click of a button, add them all to a Google Calendar invite so that they are on the recurring Zoom call, and it is automated and it is painless and it is incredible. And here's the kicker, right? Obviously, every platform takes a little bit of transactional fee and a little bit of money to operate. Square was more expensive. So for less, I was paying more. Teachable is much more affordable, much better, automated, and it just, the first of every month we get the bill or the money. I can add a co-author to a course so that it splits the payment and they get their portion, I get my portion without having to do all the headaches. So from an operator specific, Teachable's really, really useful. But we're going to dig into building a course and why you should build one right after you smash that like button and realize that there's a link down below to join via Teachable. So if you would like, if this sounds really interested, I'd love it if you use my link. You'll get a little bit of a discount. I'll make a little bit of a kickback for referring you to them, right? This is basic affiliate marketing. But I wouldn't do this if I didn't love this platform, right? I don't recommend things that I don't like. Now, I'm going to dig in real quickly to we're going to go to courses, and I'm going to show you my course. We're going to dig into the back end here. And it's very simple. You just look at the curriculum, right? Ta-da. Like, this is as simple as it is to hook it up. So you can set up new sections, you can add new lectures, and you literally go in and let's say building your foundation, we're going to say goal setting. You open it up. Boom. You upload the video. It's right there. So you can click on it and there's the video for everybody. And here's some text about it. And you can add a quiz, you can add text, you can add code, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff in here. And you could just click publish, and this one's already published, so it says unpublished, but you click publish and it's live, right? And that's it. That's as simple as it is. You just go in and you just set it all up that way. So, and to show you resources, you can go to this and you can see I uploaded all these PDFs, so property management, interview questions, lender questions, documents for pre-approval, due diligence, prioritization, realtor search templates, lender search templates, estoppel agreements, letter of intent. I got a whole bunch of stuff in here, and you can upload that so that they can pull those files from you without having to do anything. They don't have to bug you. You don't have to email them, right? And so you got this big, long course, all this content, and it's all right there. It's all simple. And you can set it up. You go into pricing, and you can do either a one-time purchase for $97 or a payment plan for $39. So I recommend this because if they're not really willing to pay for it all up front, that you get a little bit more of a bonus for the payment plan, right? That actually is to encourage them to just pay for it all up front because that's the better way for them. You can set up a drip. So you can set it up to where if you wanted to do this like a weekly thing where every week they would get a new lecture, you could set it up to where you're like, okay, first week they get the welcome, second week they get the building foundation, third week they get the investment strategies, and so on and so forth. I prefer to just let it all there so they can go at their own pace. You can give out coupons, right? Like you can see here that I've given out a whole bunch of coupons. A whole bunch of these have been used. For Veterans Live, I gave it away for half off. For another event, I gave it out free. I've given it to some friends for free, so you can give people all these. And you can even make a certificate of graduation for everybody. Now look, real quickly, I want to touch on the actual setting up of a course, right? This is the important piece. This is what you need to know. You need to understand how to build a course. And a lot of people go about this the wrong way, right? They just start a course and they think, well, I'm going to talk about what I need to talk about to get through this. But the reality is you need a back plan. So the first thing you need to do is figure out at the end of the course, what are the goals that I want them to have achieved? So do I want them to walk away from this course saying, I'm ready to buy a next course if there's an upsell, right? Like that's a real possibility. That's not my style. Do I want them to walk away from this course and say, I am ready to buy my first house and operate it, which is what I want. I want someone to finish my course, and I want them to say, okay, I'm good to buy my first property. I know how to operate it, and then I'm going to grow from there, right? I want it to be just like a one-step, like 0 to 1. That's why I called it 0 to 1 real estate investing for beginners. So knowing that, what do they need to achieve to be able to do that? They need to know how to find a deal. They need to know how to analyze a deal. They need to know financing. They need to know how to build their team, property manager, real estate agent, whatever. They need to understand the income expense reports. They need to understand how to minimize expenses, how to increase income, how to manage tenants, how to screen tenants, all of these different things, right? So you write out what they need to understand, and then you back plan from that. So then, okay, if I need them to understand how to build a team, what do I need to teach them? Well, I need to teach them who's on that team. How do you find those people? How do you interview those people? How do you operate with a contract with those people? How do you operate your business with those people? How do you manage those people? So on and so forth, right? And so you need to understand, okay, you need a back plan. Like, I want them to reach this goal, so they need to know this, which means I have to teach this, and that's the outline. And then you bullet the outline out, right? So for this, I don't remember, a whole bunch of sections documented out for what I want them to learn, how they're going to learn it, where they're going to get that from, and then I filled that in. So once you understand the basic outline and whatever, you're going to want to make sure there's some quizzes, some ways to test their knowledge, because you want to make sure they're actually understanding the information that you're teaching them, because obviously if they're not, that's not the best thing in the world, right? Like, you want them to be able to get all the way through that. In fact, the only reason that this course even costs anything, because I wasn't trying to make a bunch of money through it, is because studies have shown that people won't finish something that's free, right? If it's a free course, they're not going to finish it. But if they pay a little bit of money, they have a little skin in the game, then they're going to actually finish the course. They're going to get the information out of it, and they're going to be much better off, right? There's a couple different people who finished my course that I know for a fact have already bought their first, second, third property, or they're on their big deal or on their next big deal. And I think that's incredibly powerful, right? You pay like $100 for a course, you buy a $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 property. In fact, me and one of the guys who finished my course almost bought a $300,000 property together, a 14 unit. The deal didn't really work out, but all that to say, right? You want to know what the end goal of the course is and back plan from that. So you build the outline. And I recommend personally, like, taking a yellow legal pad like this and going to like a park, somewhere quiet, leave your cell phone behind, and just sit down and write out the goals for what you want these people to understand, the transformation that you want them to go through, and then what information they just brainstorm for like an hour, 2 hours, like kind of get into the flow state of like deep work where you're really, really thinking, and then take that and go back and work on it, right? And then from there, once you understand the outline and you've got some basic quizzes and questions for them to ensure that they're actually paying attention and understanding. Again, I'm not trying to make this like high school where it's like multiple choice crappy questions, but like this is just so that they understand that they know what's going on, right? Like it's not the end of the world if they don't ace the test. Like, you're still gonna get the certificate if you finish it, but you want to make sure that they get something out of it, and you want to make sure that they're understanding what they're learning, because that will help them more. And you need to figure out presentation style, right? Do you want like a talking head like this where I'm just kind of giving you guys some curriculum, or do you want like a presentation with like a PowerPoint slide and like, okay, click through? And honestly, I think that's kind of the best way. So my first one, I did like talking head like this. So I had the content really broken out, and it was like little short 5-6 minute clips up to like maybe 10, 12, where I'm talking through the curriculum. And then I had bullets, kind of like notes off to the side in the course. And that works very well. But I think it's better, and what I'm going to do going forward is to present it with like a PowerPoint, right? So you've got, military guys, we love to hate to love PowerPoints, but you've got a PowerPoint where it's like, okay, these are the bulletized things that I want them to understand. We're going to walk through it. We're going to talk through it. Everything's going to be gravy, whatever. But the reason for the PowerPoint being beneficial, although short bullets, not like give the whole course away on the bullet point or on the PowerPoint, is some people are visual learners, right? They want to hear it, they want to see it, they want to feel it, they want to do it. And so if you can get them to hear it and see it on the video, they're going to retain that information more. But again, for PowerPoint, you want just like a few bullets, and then you can talk around those. You're not going to like write out paragraphs, because then they're not going to listen to you. They're going to read the paragraphs. So short bullets about what you're talking about, and then, and another good idea is to give out resources, right? So maybe you give your notes to the students, so then they can go through with that. Or you can have like action steps, like a quick, like these are the 10 things you should do, or these are the 10 things you want to do, or whatever, in order to ensure that they're actually able to retain it. And those action steps are very powerful because it's like, okay, here's my next steps, like a little checklist. So you can figure all this out, but this is the bare bones of what you need to create a course. Now, not doing presentation, you can do this style, or you can even do interview, right? Like I could be interviewing an expert, and that could be bonus content for the course, or that could just be a good interview that, is in there. Like if I'm not a tax expert, I could bring my tax expert in to help answer some of the tax questions in my course. So just some different thoughts. And then I would also go on Fiverr to create the thumbnail. You can see that I've got this thumbnail for my course that is actually a lot better than what I had up the first time. And this thumbnail is much better. It does much better conversion. It looks more professional. And I paid $15 on Fiverr. I'll tell you what, I bought that, and I had 2 course sales this week. So that more than paid for the $15 it got me for that thumbnail. And, maybe those 2 sales would have gone through anyway, but totally worth it to have the better looking thumbnail available for people, right? Like you want to look more professional, so you want to be able to see that. So, for example, I've got the War Room with the thumbnail, the 0 to 1 course with a thumbnail, mentorship program that I'm going to be opening up soon, and then I've got another course that I'm working on for multifamily real estate investing. And that's with a bunch of other rock stars. I'm not the main guy. And then coaching on Teachable. Now, I haven't set this up yet, but you can do one-on-one tracking and defining milestones to track and measure coaching progress with clients. So now that Teachable allows coaching, I was doing a 6-week coaching program with people, but I can now take that and put it on Teachable, and I can be much more successful because it'll be here instead of on Google Drive and email, right? So again, moving forward, Teachable is going to be my go-to for all of this stuff, and it makes it so simple to use. We go through, we click on the dashboard here, and you can kind of see a little bit of what's going on. So like, here's the revenue since this month, 1,147. Now that's just in September, so that's like the first week, but you can see course sales, 22 to whatever, like all this information, right? None of this really matters. But the point being, they make all of this information very simple. And here's my course landing. So the Military Millionaire Academy, build wealth through real estate, entrepreneurship, and personal finance with some, we've got a nice little testimonial there from my buddy Nick, which is he really enjoyed the course, so that's good. A little bit of a bio, super short, super simple, and then you get started today. This is going to take you through the courses. Here's this. Now, I had the War Room up here, the mastermind group, but I took it off because I only want people to find that if I send them the link, because that is application process and invitation. It's not open to everybody, right? We're pretty exclusive about who we allow in there. So, which is why it's such a great group of people. So if you're interested in that, let me know, or email wrmastermind@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to get you in there, or at least get you an application. But so you can go through and you can see all these different courses. Now, look at this. Just to show you someone else who's been very successful. This is Graham Stephan. He's got 3 courses here. He's got his YouTuber Academy for $397. I've done that. It's actually really good. His Real Estate and Wealth Investing Blueprint, his Real Estate Agent Academy. And so you can see Graham is making some money here, right? Here's another gentleman who's been very successful, right? This is Meet Kevin. You can see he's got from 0 to Millionaire and Beyond, $679, passive income YouTube videos, ultimate DIY guide, personal help from Meet Kevin. And on this one, he will do like a video, like endorsement, or not endorsement, but like a reaction, whatever, like video footage that you can use for your YouTube channel if you want, or just for clout, whatever. Master stocks, and from 0 to 500,000 and beyond, right? So from the No Pressure Agent. So all of these courses are over. Well, the cheapest one's $469, but around $600, $1,200 for the DIY, and then the $3,500 for the call with Kevin. But look. These people understand their value, right? That is why they do this, because they understand their value. They understand people will pay for this. And I'll tell you, I know both these guys, not like super well, like we're not like besties, but I know them, I've talked to them, and they make a lot of money through Teachable, right? And through courses. So all of this is just to say Teachable is a very, very viable option, and building a course is really easy. So just to recap real quickly, figure out the goal, like the transformation that you want them to achieve, and then what outline matches that. What do they need to learn? What do you need to teach them to accomplish that outcome? And then it's as simple as outlining and then 1 video a day or 2 videos a day. And they could just be 5-minute videos, 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos. You can do a PowerPoint. You don't have to do a PowerPoint. My one little tiny cheap course has made over $2,000 in the last few months, and I don't have the presentation. Now, I could probably do better. It would probably do better. But just to think, like, it takes time, but the amount of money invested, I mean, obviously there's a camera and stuff like that, but realistically, you could do it with a cell phone. You could set it up. The platform itself, that $2,000 is after the fee, and it does have a little bit of a cost every month, but I'm profitable. I'm positive on all of that. So look, starting a course on Teachable is as easy as figuring out what you want to talk about, figuring out what goals you want the other people to accomplish, right? Like what thing do you want them to have accomplished that you can, that they learn, and then teaching to that. And so the real benefit here, and the reason you should use Teachable, other than the fact that it's a way better program and everything's in one spot and it runs smoother and it's cheaper and all these other great things, the real benefit is that if you really want to master a subject, you need to teach it. And so by forcing yourself to teach this course, you are going to become even better at whatever that subject is, right? It could be how to groom your dog. I don't know. But you're going to become even better. And so using Teachable will help you become more of an expert, more renowned, and help your personal capital, like your personal confidence, go up because you're going to know all of this information and you're going to be able to help people. So look, that's the real down and dirty on how to build a course and why you should use Teachable. I hope you liked this video. I hope you liked the other video I made on why Teachable is better than everyone else. And, if you're interested, there's the link down below. Hit the like button, share this video with some friends, whatever. Or just shoot me a message, leave me a comment. I'd be happy to talk more about it and see if it's right for you. Have a great day.